Hello, people of the tube, and welcome back to another review. I'm Chris.
I'm in the real deal.
DC.
Alright, so we just got finished watching Halloween. Not the 1978 classic, but the recent sequel to that classic that just came out, was it this year?
2019, I think.
I think maybe last year.
Yeah, 20. So, yeah, and it's by the same name. Halloween, but it's Halloween 2018. And we just finished watching it. It's not great. Not good. It's
something.
yeah. So, of course, most of the people from the original film, of course, Sam Loomis, he's dead. Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie, she's now this hermit that taught her daughter how to be basically like a hermit, like bunker survivalist, and that's what she became, and that's what she turned her daughter into, but her daughter was like taken away from her, and Michael's back.
Surprise!
Yeah, Michael's back because these two doctors showed him his mask at the beginning, which I'm not really sure.
No, they were journalists.
Journalists, okay, sorry. Two journalists showed him his mask, and I'm not sure why that was allowed, except the doctor who took care of him was just as fucking kooky as he was. So that happened, and then Michael escaped from a prison bus wreck because, yeah, that's never happened before. I guess it has a few times. And carnage ensues. Michael walks around Haddonfield killing people and tries to fight Laurie. So it's Halloween. It's Halloween. The problem, though, is it's not scary at all.
Some freaking moron that gets scared very easily.
It's
basically.
yeah, definitely him. He jumped a lot. It's not.
He runs in the family, okay? Leave me alone.
He got super scared. He shit himself.
It's not scary, and the jump scares are not good. Like a fake horse was a jump scare. Was it like a guy hugs a girl from behind's a jump scare? It was the cheapest of cheap jump scares. It reminds me of like early 2000s jump scares. Almost.
Don't forget the lights went off was a jump scare.
Yeah, lights going off was also a jump scare. I would like to say it's almost as bad as, say, Silent Hill Revelations Pop-Tart jump scare, but I don't think any jump scare will ever be as shitty as the Pop-Tart. So, let's just say that it wasn't scary. The music, John Carpenter did it, so in that like instance, I actually have a little respect for it, but there were times when the music didn't work. The weird metal music
that didn't work at all.
Yeah, when Michael shows up, it didn't work. I didn't really care for like the whole aspect of predator and prey that the doctor pushed and the movie itself pushed. Like where in the original, Laurie was in the closet and Michael was trying to get her. Well, in this one, it's trying to put Michael in the closet and then like Laurie, because they're switching predator and prey roles. I didn't really care for that at all. In fact, I thought the whole kind of like looking back at the first film, like ordeal with this film, was just kind of lame. I wish it would have I can't say I wish it would have done its own thing because we already seen it with Rob Zombie and he fucking just
destroyed it.
He fucking destroyed it. But I also think that this movie could have been much better. The characters, none of them were really that likable.
I had like that little black boy. I thought he was cool.
Yeah,
he's probably the best part of the movie.
The best character is the little black kid. Unfortunately, he's only in like 3 scenes because once that babysitter dies, he disappears from the entire fucking film.
Yeah.
Because we have to spend time with Michael and Laurie, which should be entertaining. It was entertaining in the first film, but it's just not. The whole Hunter cat and mouse game is not fun in this. It's boring. This whole movie is boring.
Like, it feels almost force-fed.
Yeah. I don't see a reason for this film to exist. And I'm finding it hard to think of a reason why this needs to exist. But basically, you can say that for any sequel. So really, there's no reason for Halloween 4, 5, 6, or any of them to exist other than more money. But I feel like this one definitely doesn't need to exist other than they wanted to make more money off of Halloween. Is there things that I liked about it? It was kind of cool to see some returning characters like Laurie and the deputy. It was kind of cool to see the Silver Shamrock mask at the school party from Halloween 3.
Yeah, there was definitely quite a bit of references from past Halloween films.
Yeah, I mean, well, one of the kills in the film was where he shoves a knife through the guy into the wall, just like the first film. And cool, I guess. I mean, it's a reference, but I don't care that it's a reference. I just don't care about this movie or anything really in it. I wanted to really like this film, because it's supposed to be the direct sequel. It's supposed to be the best sequel, but it's not. It's boring. The characters are boring. The music is, I guess, okay, but half the time it doesn't work. It's cliche as fuck, and the jump scares don't work. It's not the best sequel to Halloween. I don't know why everyone thinks it would be. Halloween 2 is a better sequel to Halloween. And even with Halloween 2, where they made, Laurie his sister, which John Carpenter says it, helped to ruin the series, and, I kind of agree with him. But even it was just a better movie in general, because you actually cared about Laurie, you cared about Dr. Loomis, and there were some off characters that were also entertaining that you didn't want to see die. I just don't care about anyone in this fucking film. I don't care about the granddaughter's friends dying. None of them were entertaining. The boyfriend was a fucking puke bag. The friend was a fucking puke bag. I guess her female friend was okay, but we didn't really get to know her enough to care. The journalists from the beginning, they're idiots.
Yeah, they're idiots.
They're the one that started this whole bullshit.
For sure.
By bringing in the mask. They're idiots. I don't care about them. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I don't care about Laurie in this film. She was supposed to be this badass that was going to take him on, but she spent half the movie getting her ass whooped.
Straight up bitch slap town.
And I mean, obviously, I don't think that she could take him on, but I think that maybe Heather Langenkamp in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe she could have set better traps. She set hammers and shit around. It would have been cool to see bear traps, him tripping on bear traps and shit. I don't know. I expected her to be better at surviving.
More better of an event than what it was. Basically.
Yeah. And the whole ending of him burning up in the house, I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, I think it's just another cliche, and then obviously, he's going to come back within, presumably a new movie.
I didn't care for the whole let's burn the house down around him trap. I thought it would be something cooler, I guess. I don't know. But I know this is going to sound fucked up, but I kind of, when they shut the thing on him, I wish Laurie would have been game over.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's obviously the wrong series.
Right.
But it would have been just kind of cool, even though it was stupid. But no, the whole movie I didn't care for at all. So,
yeah. I mean, like any movie, it could have been done better.
One of the writers was Danny McBride. If y'all know who Danny McBride is, it's that guy with the fucking mustache from Orange County, I think, and he's basically a comedian person. But recently he was in Alien Covenant, and then he was in he wrote this, and I kind of feel like he put me in a position where I have to say just being a fan of a horror movie doesn't mean you know how to make a horror movie, because Rob Zombie was a huge fan of Halloween. Danny McBride was a huge fan of Halloween, and yet neither of them I think did a good job. And I would like to point out that John Krasinski made A Quiet Place. He's not a fan of horror movies at all. He don't like horror movies, and yet he made an entertaining and really well-made horror film. And he don't even like horror films. So obviously, it's just because you're a fan doesn't make you a good writer or make you know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to horror or your favorite horror movies.
Right, it just doesn't cut it.
Yeah, so I always said that, you know, the whole Rob Zombie thing about, like, you know, him being a fan of horror and Halloween, you know, a lot of people, you know, use that example. And the funniest shit is, I said, you know, that doesn't give you, like, the skills to write a sequel or a better movie, and I stand by it with Danny McBride. This film was not good, and it's not the best sequel. It ain't.
Mm-hmm.
So, hell, I'd put it with, like, Halloween 5, and I don't like Halloween 5.
I gotta go watch it.
Do what?
I gotta go watch it.
Good for you. You have all of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have all of them.
I'll give it,
Including H2O.
I'll give it a 3 or 4. I'm not gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'll give it a 3 or a 4.
Well, I don't usually use a number scale, but if I had to give it anything, I would probably give it a 4.
Yeah.
I'd probably agree, because, you know, this was just such a disappointment. It could definitely have been done better.
I reckon they'll make another one. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, obviously.
And it's not like I'm shitting on this movie more than I should. Like, you know, Rob Zombie. I would give Rob Zombie's Halloween like a 2 or 3. No, I will admit, this film is better than Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Just period. So it's not like I'm picking on Danny McBride or picking on this movie. I just think this wasn't a good Halloween movie. It wasn't a good movie.
They just have a good storyline for it. Period.
I mean, the storyline.
I mean, they had it. They just didn't execute it
Right?
properly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
That's all I mean.
yeah. No, the story, like, they had a decent setup. The problem is it went to the shitter.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, you know, it could have been done better.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But
You know, it's not like, you know, like Halloween 6 and a lot of the ones where it's talking about, oh, he has the magic power of, like, the cult with the thorn mark on his hand and he's invincible because of a cult, you know? That was just bad, stupid fucking writing.
Mhm.
So that's why that one sucks. The writing and, like, the setup was okay, but the way they kept it going, it went nowhere. It was not great. So, yep, I give this Halloween a 4, and
I gotta say the mask looks badass. I gotta admit to that much.
do what?
The mask does look badass though in this movie.
I mean, yeah,
it brings some nostalgia.
but
But I mean, you know,
but
there's some-
nostalgia alone doesn't save a film.
right?
So that's and I mean that's it. Like that's what I think of it, and it's a disappointment.
Yeah,
It really is. So
it's a 4 out of 10, thumbs
Yeah.
down. I wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't, not to Halloween fans and
Mm-mm.
not to really anybody. If you want, and I know I'm gonna sound like cliche and just idiotic by saying this, but if you want the perfect Halloween film, one that does music right, character right, story right, horror right, stick with the original film, the 1978 Halloween film. It's still great to this day. It's still one of my favorite horror films of all time, and I would put it up there with Alien or The Thing. I think that it's just as well directed, the music's fantastic, and it is a creepy film. This film doesn't do creepy well, it doesn't do scary well, it doesn't do action well, it doesn't do funny well, it doesn't do anything well.
I watch it every October.
So,
Original.
yeah, the original's still fantastic. So,
Yeah, it definitely still holds up.
yep. So all I can say is peace.
Peace.